More displacement, more power, more Ducati. Ducati increases the engine capacity on its entry-level 959 Panigale superbike for what it thinks is the perfect blend of power and control. But how does it perform? We've come here to Valencia to find out. Alright, Ducati 959 Panigale. It's crazy to think that this bike is only 2 years old since they came out with the 899 and already revamped the bike. One of the features I really appreciate Ducati doing is just increasing the piston stroke of the motorcycle. The 899, it was a great bike, but it was a high rever. You really had to have that thing at high RPMs to really accelerate. But this extra stroke in the engine, it just gives more flexibility. The bike still likes to be revved, but you can kind of be a little bit more lazy with it. You don't have to kind of keep the engine pegged to the red line to get it to go anywhere. It just jumps off the corners a lot better. The mid-range is stronger, and it just gives you more options as far as what gear you want to run. If you want to run second or third, where the old bike wouldn't really pull third, this extra stroke engine will pull third now. I'll also appreciate the addition of this slipper clutch. That was kind of one of the features that the 899 didn't have, but the ability to have the extra rear wheel stability when you're kind of downshifting aggressively into corners, it just helps. It just keeps the chassis in line and allows you to ride the bike a little bit harder than you could if it didn't have it. Another side note with the slipper clutch is just the clutch lever pull has been reduced. It's even easier to use. Overall, a very nice modification for the bike. Some other key changes for this motorcycle: the 4mm lower swing arm. It just gives the bike a little bit more grip off the corners. It hooks up more, it digs in more. It's a very nimble motorcycle, even though it weighs a little bit more than the 1299. In motion, you would never think it would. Like it's quite maneuverable. It's easy to put wherever you want it to go on the track, and it's stable. I mean, obviously here at Valencia, there's not a lot of bumps, but I'm just impressed with how stable the chassis is, and it just makes riding so much more fun. Once again, this 959 Panigale's got all the bells and whistles: traction control, ABS, engine brake control, Ducati quick shifter. All those electronics, they're really helpful on the track. It's awesome to be able to adjust the amount of traction control you want based on whether the tire is new, worn, if you're not really sure with the conditions of the road or on an unfamiliar circuit. It kind of gives you a safety net and allows you to ride the bike a little bit harder than you might if it was just full manual mode. I'm really just pleased with what Ducati has done with the 959 Panigale. They keep evolving the platform. I mean, yeah, a lot of people might kind of complain that, oh my God, it's almost a liter bike. It's 955 cc's now, 45 cc's away from the liter bike. But it's a fast motorcycle, but it's not so fast that it's going to get away from you. It's a relatively easy bike to ride. It's fun, it's loud, but not overly so. And overall, I think guys who want that Panigale pedigree, but don't want to deal with the crazy amount of acceleration and just that brutal tire scorching force of the 1299, I think that's where this 959 is going to fit in. And I just applaud Ducati at keeping the MSRP right at 15 grand and giving riders a little bit more bang for their buck.